Well, it started more than a decade ago with the goal of creating and encouraging year round generosity. But Giving Tuesday has also become a welcome pause in the seasonal shopping frenzy and a chance to reflect on the institutions and services that you value. Here to talk about one of our favorite institutions is David McGowan, President and CEO of
Which one would
WJCT.
that be, Ann?
Mm, I'm thinking it's WJCT Public Media. But David, there are a lot of competing interests this time of year for.
There are, and if your inbox looks anything like mine this morning, right, you know what that means. There are a lot of worthy causes that are out there asking for your support on Giving Tuesday,
Yeah.
and we understand that, but we'd like you to consider this cause called WJCT Public Media and all that we do. If you've received one of our emails or seen one of our messages online or on TV or heard them on the radio, you know that we have put education at the center of this year's Giving Tuesday effort. And that's because this day gives us a chance to talk about some of the things that people may not know about that we do. And we
Right.
do an awful lot, including in early childhood education, is something that we've really leaned into this year. Less than half of all third graders in Duval County read at grade level. And when we became more aware of that through the Read Jacks campaign across the county, we said, this is something that we can do something about. And so we have really leaned into that work. We're now conducting in-person family workshops in 9 centers, early learning centers, Head Start centers across the county, reaching hundreds of families in a year-long program that encourages and helps young learners and their families to develop the skills that they need to be successful when they reach school age.
And
So
and that's a really cool program because it does, as you say, it involves the families as well. It recognizes that, learning to read doesn't happen in a vacuum, that homes need to have books in them, parents that can read themselves and can do engaging work with kids learning to read.
exactly. And one of the advantages that we have here at WJCT Public Media as part of a network of hundreds of local public media organizations across the country is that we can take advantage of things that have worked in other places. And so this is a program that was developed partly by the Department of Education federally, which I know has become a controversial topic all of a sudden, but it's something that has been tested in lots of other places across the country. And we've taken it here. We've put our own Duval County spin on it. We're working with a lot of partners to make sure that it serves the purposes that those partners need right here on the ground. But it's something that we've done that, again, people may not be aware of. And there are many other things that we do that people may not be as aware of. We're just launching a new screening series, a film screening series. We just had a November event to sort of kick off the 25 version of that. But we are very grateful for the support that people have shown as kind of the Sunray has moved out of town, which you've covered on this program
Yeah,
and in our
definitely
news.
like an appetite and a need for some great
There is,
local.
and that's what we do, right? We have so many great assets, so many unique resources in the form of broadcasting licenses and technical capabilities. And so when we see a community need, whether that is in education or in culture, in the case of film, or in local journalism, in the case of Jacksonville Today, or in the incredible service that this program provides, what we ask all listeners to think about this morning is if you value those things and you value the resource that WJCT Public Media is in this community, then please consider us among the many worthy causes that you may be thinking about donating to on today's Giving Tuesday.
It's only been about a year that I've been here, but I feel like almost every week I discover a new thing that WJCT Public Media
I
does. And one of the great services I think is JME, the Jacksonville Music Experience, which is truly the best curated clearinghouse for performances. If you're looking for music write-ups, I mean, they're so hard anymore to find a place where you can trust the lens through which you're seeing a
Yeah,
calendar of events
no,
that
that's
isn't just
exactly
bought and
right.
paid for. And
Yeah,
it,
that's right.
it
And that is one of the things that you can count on from us is we are not bought and paid for. We are completely independent of any commercial influence. And it does take money to operate these services. Jacksonville Music Experience is a great one to mention. I think we're the only radio service that makes it a point to play local artists on the air once an hour on the
yeah.
independent service on HD4. So as you say, there are so many things that the organization does. It becomes hard to talk about them in 3 minutes. But again, we ask you to consider all of those things, and whatever the service that you lean into the most, whatever the services that you may enjoy, and especially if you're listening this morning, it's probably First Coast Connect. These things are important. They're important to the life, the vitality of Jacksonville. You know, the learning that we provide is lifelong learning, and that creates an engaged community, a vibrant community, one that we all want to be part of. So please consider supporting it on Giving Tuesday.
And so is our request in the inboxes of these people who are listening as well, or how can people do
Well,
that if they
people can go online at WJCT.org and click donate. That's the easiest and fastest way to do it. And yes, we're always there, and that option is always available, including all day today. So yes,
All right.
please take a moment and do it.
Well, happy Giving Tuesday, David McGowan. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right.